how to become financially free step by step. So I'm glad that you guys are on today. Really appreciate you all. And I'm going to be using the whiteboard for my lesson. So it's going to be a little more whiteboardy. I don't know if you can all see the whole whiteboard, but we're going to do our best, okay? So how to become financially free step by step. That's today's live. Thank you for being on. I have Instagram on here. Thank you for my Instagram followers. Really appreciate you guys. I have Facebook Live on as well. Teachers, welcome back. It's not a welcome. Wave, wave, guys. Deep country, welcome, welcome. So anyway, thanks for joining in the live. Appreciate it. My name is May Duldalau. I always start with a little bit about myself. Hi, Paul Bloom. Hi, CVT Justice. Hello, hello. Okay. I used to have a lot of debt back in 2010. Not good with my bills. You know, would bounce checks, things like that. You know, I had a lot of stress because my checking account was always almost zero. I lived paycheck to paycheck, if you know what I mean. Housing and urban development. Yeah, I understand what your question was, but I just didn't understand what housing and urban development housing means. So anyway, someone was asking a question in my live stream. But let's talk about that. So I was under a lot of stress, had a lot of debt, didn't know how to make it better. And then finally I went through a lot of education. Like it started with watching the movie The Secret, actually, because I had little hope for myself, if you know what it is. Like, hi, anime. When you get so down, you feel like you're never gonna pick yourself back up, right? So I was really depressed for a little while. I saw The Secret, and what that helped me figure out for myself was that I can take control of my own life, right? I have the ability to change my circumstances, and my life is based on me and deciding what I want. Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. So then what happened was I started researching everything I could about law of attraction and goal setting and how to manifest things. And I figured out that there are things that all rich people do. And in order to be financially free, there are things that I can do. Hi, Inspiration. Welcome. Welcome for joining. Hi, Super Profit. Welcome, guys. Thanks for all the hearts. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So I realized there are things that I can do to create financial freedom in my life. All right. And that's when I start. Wow. Thanks for the hearts. It's really cool. Thank you. There's a lot of hearts coming in here. So from Instagram. So I started doing them, all right? And today I'm going to talk about the process of how to become financially free. This is what I learned, all right, from people like T. Harv Eker, who wrote Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, from Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Cash Flow Quadrant, from George Clason, who wrote The Richest Man in Babylon. I learned this from so many different people, all right? So, and one of them also, you know, Think and Grow Rich, and also The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wallace. If you haven't read any of those books, you should definitely read them all multiple times. But there's a lot of good things out there to help people who want to become financially free. So that was my goal. It was to become financially free, to learn how to do that. And so I went from being in debt, you know, negative net worth. You know, I had like negative, you know, I owed like about $20,000, $30,000 on credit cards, lines of credit. It's ridiculous. And also had back rent. Oh, because I won't get into it in detail, and I had other things I had to pay, like legal judgment stuff. I got in trouble with a bad boyfriend, stuff like that. So anyway, moving on, I had a lot of issues back then. It's like when you have money problems, you have issues. You know, it's like I have so many issues. You know, like I just talked to my neighbor and she has all these issues, right? She has like money issues. And I remember a time when I used to have that happen. Like always little things pop up and that can actually change. Your life can change and all that can go away. It's an amazing thing. So moving on, I started doing these principles I'm going to teach you today, how to become financially free step by step. I started doing these principles and my life started to change, right? I started to have more money. I started to create more wealth in my life. My debts started decreasing, all right? And I started saving more. So my net worth went up because my debt went down and I had more money. I was investing in the stock market. I was saving money. I'm in Hawaii, if you didn't know where I live right now. I'm in a condo we bought in Waikiki in 2017. So in April of 2016, I finally paid off all that debt. It took me about five to six years to pay off all that debt I had, right, on credit cards and all that. Paid it all off. Oh my God, I was so happy because I was actually paying $1,200 a month in debt payments every month. It was crazy, but that's how much I had to pay to get it down. So in April 2016, no more debt payments. It's like crazy. It's just an amazing feeling when you don't have any more debt payments, guys. Like insanity. It's like awesome. So anyway, paid on all that debt. My husband paid off his debt in October of 2015. I married him in 2012, right? We married each other. We all had this debt, and then we paid it all off. The exciting thing was we were also investing for passive income generation, right? And we started with about, it started out pretty good, actually. We were doing 500, and we were doing like 700 a month, and it was pretty awesome. And then what happened was we ended up paying off all that debt. Our passive income, roughly averages right now it's about 500 a month. And I ended up quitting my job in December of 2016. Now you might be like, 500 a month, is that enough to quit your job? It was for me. Oh no, I guess because combined with my husband's income, when I quit, we saved $22,000 a year in taxes. Plus we had the passive income coming in, and I didn't have to pay the $1,200 in debt every month. So just adding it all up, I could quit. It was amazing. Plus it was like the difference that I made, I was like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do this business. So I started mentoring people. 2017 was a big year for me. I started getting clients and helping them learn how to pay off debt and create passive income at the same time. And thanks for the heart. Thanks, Doc Tag. Welcome to the scope by there. I started finally manifesting things that were just beyond what things that I dreamed of. Okay, so I'd been visualizing a cruise, right? To go on a cruise. And I actually went on a cruise for my first cruise ever. Hi, Junior. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being on. Hi, TM. Welcome to the live. Hi, guys. Welcome to the live. Everybody. Rick Hay, Navarro. Hi, Chuck. Hope everybody coming on. Thanks for coming on. Hi, CCC. Welcome. So I started basically coaching people and helping people become financially free. And from that coaching, I learned a lot about what happens when people go through the steps. So today I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the steps to become financially free, what will happen, all right? Because things will happen. And we're going to go through that. So you can go through those steps. And then you can become financially free too, so that you can have more free time, have a healthier. I was talking to my Periscope before I started with everyone else that I've been healthier, right? Because when you quit your job, if you have a job, you're working a lot and you don't really want to be there and it's just really making you tired all the time, it's good to quit it. I mean, I guess you guys know that, but you can't quit because you need the money. But I mean, when you quit, you become healthier because you have more time for self-care, right? You actually can schedule, you have time to call doctors, schedule appointments, you have time to go work out and exercise, you have time to sleep more. You can take naps in the afternoon if you want to. I'm a big fan of napping in the afternoon, okay? So I was doing that a lot yesterday. So anyway, you get healthier, right? And you have time to cook more food, and then that also saves you money and makes you healthier. So it's just a bunch of things that happen when you quit your job that really help. I mean, for me anyway, it helped. So let's get into the topics. Now you know my history. 2017 we bought this condo, which I had this goal for years, like 7 years. Hi Steven. 1, 2, 3. I had this goal for like forever. Welcome all these numbers to Periscope. Welcome. But anyway, I wanted to own real estate for the longest time, and I was saving money forever, like long time. Finally, in 2017, I finally bought with my husband a condo in Waikiki. So that's where I'm broadcasting from now. So I literally live minutes. Like we can walk out the door in like about 15 minutes. We'll be at the beach right in front of the Hilton Hawaiian Resort, actually. So really nice place to go to the beach. Really nice area. We walk through a fancy resort to get there. It's really, really nice place to live. So that's where I live now. We went on the cruise that I had been visualizing. We went on the cruise. We went to Mexico, 7-day cruise. Never went on a cruise in my life. We did that in 2017. And that's about it. So it's been amazing. And this year we're looking at buying investment property, possibly to do Airbnb. So I know TT Cherry was asking me lots of questions about that. So we'll get into that maybe next week if people are interested. But this week we're going to talk about how to become financially free step by step. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but I will do my best. How to become financially free. Financially free. All right, so we're going to go through this. If you can't see it, I suggest you watch the replay. I'm also broadcasting live on my blog. My blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com. I'm broadcasting live right now there and on YouTube. So if you go to yesfinanciallyfree.com and look at the latest blog post, this is what I am broadcasting. So you should be able to also see it maybe a little better, especially now that I just adjusted my camera. Okay. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. How to become financially free step by step. All right. So step number 1. Let's start with the first step. Yeah. Yeah. Let's start with the first step. I have all these markers here in my hand. Thanks for the patience, guys. Okay. Number 1. You have to decide to be free. Okay? So the first thing you have to do when you want to become financially free is you have to decide. Thanks for the heart. You have to decide to be free. Okay? Decide. Make the decision. All right? Do you want to be free or not? Make the decision. So you decide. Say, okay, I do want to be financially free. All right? A lot of people, they never make the decision. All right. They never decide. They're always like, you know, it's funny. I'm like doing this on top of my couch because that's where my whiteboard is. Hi, Billy Thompson. Welcome. Anyway, people just, it's important to make the decision. All right. A lot of people who I talk to and I tell them, hi, C Harpoons, welcome. A lot of people I talk to and I say, I'm financially, I do this business. I help people create time freedom. You know, help them reduce expenses and create passive income so they can become financially free. A lot of people are just like, oh, that's nice, you know. You know, hey, and it's funny because I could tell they're not really interested in becoming financially free. So a lot of people really aren't. You know, they're like, I like my job, I like what I do, I'm cool. So that's really great. But if you're on this broadcast with me and if you know anything about me, then you probably want to become financially free because that's what I'm all about, right? Hi, T. Cherry, welcome. Hi, Rafa, guys. So you have to decide to be free. All right. Is this for you or not? Do you want to be financially free or not? So right now is your time to make a decision. And we can do this together as a group. And then you'll be done with step 1, which is really cool. Hi, Ron Low. Welcome. Okay. So do you want to be financially free? Make the decision. You can't be free and work. Of course you can be free and work. You can do whatever you want when you're free. Please do so I can watch it later. I will leave the video up and you definitely can watch the replay later. And you should share it on your Twitter and follow me on Periscope and subscribe to my blog. By the way, my blog is yesfinanciallyfree.com. Okay? Yes. You can click the profile link in whatever live you're looking at and subscribe. And then you'll get a notification of all these lives I do every Wednesday. I send emails out and I tell people what I'm doing. So just go to my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com. And on the right side, you can put in your first name, your email, and then you can get on my email list. And then you'll know whatever I'm going to broadcast on every week. So it's a good thing. I have a lot of good information for everyone. Thanks for all the hearts. So decide to be free. Okay, so right now make the decision. I'm going to be financially free. All right. Now, how do you become financially free? You need to make passive income, okay? It's like a requirement. Basically, you need to make enough money to cover your expenses. When you make enough, thank you for the hearts. Appreciate it. They're all shiny. That's cool. So when you make enough passive income to cover your expenses, you are financially free. What does that mean? Let's say you have to pay rent and you have to pay blah, blah, blah. Let's say all your expenses add up to about $3,000 a month. That includes, you know, retirement savings. That includes, you know, your cars and your car and your mortgage or your rent or whatever. So maybe it comes out to $3,000 a month. So in order for you to be free, if your expenses are $3,000 a month, you need to create $3,000 a month in passive income. Okay, you guys understand how that works? I make $70,000 a year. I am not financially free. Okay, so if you make $70,000 a year, how much do you need to make to quit your job and be able to live without having a job? All right. another way of looking at it is pretend you go on a vacation. How much do you need to make in order to go on that vacation for a year, 2 years, whatever, and not worry about money kind of thing, okay? So this is money coming in passively, all right? This is not active income. Passive income, all right? So some people don't understand what passive income is, and I will visit it later, but it could be anything from, like, let's say you own stocks, get paid dividends. I do that a lot. That's pretty passive. They just pay the dividend in your account. I had an actor who made a commercial. He makes royalties. If you ever wrote a book, you can make royalties on books. If you have a website that you have up and it just makes money from ads, that's also where you can make money. I have one website up that I don't do anything with, like nothing. And it has Google ads on it, and I get checks sometimes. That's passive, all right? So passive income like that. Right now, what I'm doing now, where I'm doing a live broadcast, and maybe if you decided to, join a mastermind, be coached by me and pay me, that's active income, okay, guys? So if you're spending time to make money, that's active income. But if it's just coming in, that's called passive income, all right? Another way to look at it is if you died today, would you still be making the income, right? Could you pass on the asset to your heirs? Another good example, rental property, right? If you own a property and you're making rent, that's passive income. Somebody's like, are you looking to make extra money? So funny. I have someone who's like pitching on my Instagram live. It's funny. Okay, so decide. Do you want to be financially free? What is your number? How much money do you need to make a month to become financially free? So I'm going to use my my goal from way back, okay? I had this goal for so long. So I'm going to put it up because I still haven't made my goal. Now, I've definitely made a lot of goals, all right? My goal of quitting my job, I did that, My goal of creating this business where I mentor people to become financially free, I did that. But my passive income goal, the original one that I made, I still haven't gotten. So I'm going to put that up there, okay? So my goal, so I'm going to say I am making, so this is how you do your goal. So you do your own goal, okay, guys? So I am making, and how much, okay? So you got to pick your number. How much per month in passive income, all right? Sorry, guys. I just hit my keyboard by accident. Let me turn my keyboard off here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. I am making, so my goal has always been the $3,000 a month. I am making $3,000 per month consistently in passive income by, and I'm going to put the date, 8/13/18. I picked that date because it's my birthday. I know you guys can't see the whole sentence, but I'll read it to you, okay? And then you guys do your own sentence, all right? So I am making $3,000 a month consistently in passive income on or before August 13, 2018. Okay, so that's my redone goal. Okay, so passive income generation. I am making $3,000 a month consistently in passive income on or before August 13, 2018. Okay, so like I said, currently our family makes about $500 a month, so I gotta make another $2,500. So that's my goal. What is your goal? So you guys gotta figure out what your goal is. What's your number? How much passive income do you need to make to become financially free? Now, I actually don't need that much to be financially free. I actually, because I don't do those debt payments every month anymore. So I actually only need maybe about $1,500 a month to be free in Hawaii right now on my current expenses because they're so low. But that's just me. But for most people, they need about $3,000. Maybe they need $5,000. It depends on you, though. It depends where you live, how much your living is, how much money do you need per month to cover your expenses to be financially free. All right? So do that first. Okay? That's the first step. So you have to decide to be free, and you have to make a commitment. You have to pick a time that you want to have your commitment fulfilled by, and you need to know how much money you need to make. Okay? So that's step one. So do that first. All right? So if you're watching this and you haven't done it yet, just do it right now. Just get your number, write your sentence. You need to pick an exact date. Okay? So that's the first step. Step number 2 on how to become financially free, step by step. Step number 2. And I might choose a different color. Let's do a different color, guys. Okay, so next step. Step number 2 is you need to have cash flow. Okay? You need to have cash flow. Now, when I started my journey to become financially free, I did have cash flow. What is cash flow? It means you have like somewhere you're making money. You have to make money somehow. Maybe it's from a job, right? A lot of people watching this, maybe you have a job and that's how you make your money. It could be that you have a business that you run where you make money. You could be on whatever, you could have child support coming, alimony, I don't know, whatever. But you have to have income, right? You have to have a way of earning money. So if you don't have cash flow yet, basically the next step is you have to get a job or get some way of, you have to give value to people so they pay you, all right? So you need to do something of value for the world and make money. So you need to have cash flow, all right? So that's step number 2. Now, if you guys already have cash flow, if you already have a job, you're already earning money, which I think a lot of you probably are, maybe some of you aren't, all right? So the next step is cash flow. You have to generate money, all right? Cash flow. Okay, the next step. And I think my words, they are backwards, yeah? You guys are seeing them all backwards, yeah? So sorry they're backwards for you guys, but anyway, we're just going to deal, okay? So moving on, number 3. So first you decide to be free and you make your sentence, yeah? Second thing you do is you make sure you're making money. You need cash flow. All right, so you got to get that done. And some people who have joined my masterminds, they weren't making enough money to survive yet. You know, they had more expenses than they were making money for. And that's called negative cash flow, right? When you're putting out more money than you're making, that's negative cash flow. To solve that, you either have to make more money or you have to reduce your expenses. A lot of people do both at the same time. They find ways to make more money and they also reduce their expenses. So that's cash flow. So number 2 is pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Okay, this is really important. Every book I've ever read on financial freedom will tell you this. You can talk to financial advisors. Anyone in the financial industry will tell you this. Everybody says this. So if everybody is saying it, including all the books and all the funky gurus and the mainstream people, it's probably true, okay? So let's talk about it. So what does that mean? Okay, so there's a guideline here, at least. It's a guideline. You don't have to follow it verbatim, but basically what it says is at least 10% of what you make, you need to pay yourself to your financial freedom account. So what does that mean? Okay, I got the word financial freedom account from T. Harv Eker, right? Dr. John Demartini calls it an immortality account. Whatever it is, it's a place where you put your money and it's for you, okay? So you could call it a savings account, except that a lot of people who hear savings account, they think of it as saving money and they're going to spend it later. And that's not what savings accounts are for, guys, okay? Just so you understand that. So let's talk about it a little bit. And then my Periscope people, my device is low on power, so I'm going to see if I can plug you guys in. You guys don't run out of power. See what happens. Okay, I plugged in my Periscope people, but we'll see how that works. I don't know. Okay, Periscope, we'll see how you guys do. Anyway, hi, P2. Okay, so let's talk about this. Pay yourself first, at least 10% of everything you make. So what does that mean? It means every time you get paid, you have to put 10% aside into your own account, your own savings account. This is what happens when I teach people this concept in our mastermind, right? People will come in, I say, open a savings account, a high yield savings account, and start putting your money in it, all right? 10% of everything you make, okay? Now, people will I don't know why people don't want to save. I don't know what's going on with that, but that happens a lot. People don't want to save. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I think it's because you're so used to spending all your money, or you have no idea where you'll get the money. You just don't know how you can get any extra money to save. So people just won't do it. All right. Show us your fridge. That is the weirdest request I've ever had on a live. Anyway, moving on. So anyway, it must be a term for something else than an actual refrigerator, I'm guessing. But anyway, so what happens there? You take 10%. So let's say you make a paycheck, you make $1,000 in your paycheck. You take out at least $100 and you put it in your savings account. All right. So let's say you open your savings account and put $100 in. Now, a lot of people, I tell them, do it automatically. Belleville, Ontario, Canada. Welcome, Teddy from Belleville, Ontario. Welcome. So you take out the money, you put it in your savings account, okay? And this is what happens with most people. It takes them a long time to open the savings account. They finally open their savings account. They finally trust the process. Hi, Super Chase One. Welcome to Periscope. Hi, Mark. Welcome. So bizarre. Oh, I have a super fan. Somebody's really into my refrigerator for some reason. It's really bizarre. And anyway, okay, so let's talk about this. So what you do is you take 10% of your money. I got another super fan on. Hey, what's up, BJKK? So, hi, welcome, Mark. So, have you guys at a funky angle because I do give classes. Go to I have a refrigerator. So bizarre. I'm gonna block you if you keep asking retarded questions, Smooth Dave. Okay, so take 10%, put it in your savings account. What I have people do usually is do an automatic transfer every week, okay? That's what Dr. Demartini suggests in How to Make One Hell of Profit and Still Get to Heaven. So you set up these automatic transfers. They go into your bank account. Oh my goodness, so funny. I can't block you anyway, so I guess you're gonna have to ask questions. So you put in your savings account. You have these automatic transfers that go in weekly. What happens with most people is when they finally start saving, and they finally do this, most people will start saving. And what happens is they start building up money in their savings account. Maybe it ends up being about, this is what happened with two of my members recently. They set up the automatic transfer. It's going in. It's like maybe $20 a week or $25 a week. So they're just transferring money. They look at their savings account like, oh my gosh, I have like $400 in my savings account. They're like so excited, right? So what do? They take $300 out and they spend it on something. Maybe it's bills or whatever. And always the same reaction I have, okay? And what is the reaction? The reaction is always the same. The reaction is put the money back, all right? Because the savings account is not for you to spend money, okay? If you save money and spend it, then you're not going to have any money at the end of the day. You know what you're going to do? If you spend all your savings, you are broke. It means you have no money. Does that make sense? So we don't want that to happen. We actually want your savings to grow and for your net worth to grow. So this pay yourself first step is a very important step, but it's one of the hardest steps people have, okay? For a lot of people, they just don't have the ability to hold on to money long enough, all right? So that's the first, one of the most important things is to pay yourself first. Keep the money there. All the money is for investing, all right? You invest the money. So that's what the money's there for. You put aside 10% of your money and you invest it in financial freedom, in passive income generating investments, okay? Okay, step number, good point, she's good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Hydro Energy. So this is something that has come up a lot. I had someone save $5,000. She had a bigger cash flow. So she saved up $5,000 and then she also spent it on an educational course. And I was like, you have to put the money back. You don't put the money back, you're back at square one. You're back to being broke. Okay, so it's really common sense. You know, if you spend all your money, you're broke, but people just don't get it. And so we're breaking through that thought pattern. All right. Okay, so save the money, pay yourself first. The money goes there only to invest in passive income generating resources. All right. So then we're going to do the next step, and I'm going to unplug my Periscope people and put you back so you can see my board. See if you guys can last a little longer before the power goes out for you. Okay, let's do it. Number four. Let's do this, number 4. Okay, here we go. We decide to be free. We have cash flow. We pay ourselves first. Invest in passive income. Invest for passive income. Okay? Invest in or invest for passive income. Okay, so that's step number 4. So the next step, you're welcome. Someone's leaving. Yeah, I don't know, my Periscope, I was trying to block, but for some reason I can't block right now. But I'll block later. But anyway, invest for passive income. Okay, so you're going to do steps 3 and 4 at the same time. All right, these things you do at the same time. You might even be doing step 2 at the same time. Increasing cash flow, paying yourself first, and investing for passive income. But in general, you need to do cash flow first, because if you don't have cash flow, then you can't save, right? So after you have cash flow, then you start paying yourself first, all right? And then after you start paying yourself first, you have money to invest. So that's why there's an order, okay? So now that you're saving money and you actually have money in your savings account, now you can start investing it. Now, a lot of people ask me, what do I invest in? How do I invest? What should I invest in? And that question I can answer on my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com. You can definitely go to my blog, okay, guys? Yesfinanciallyfree.com has a lot of blogs on what you can invest in for passive income. All right, there's blogs on real estate investing. There's blogs on dividend investing. All kinds of blogs. Okay, so just go to yesfinanciallyfree.com and look around. I have this page called Map to Freedom. It has a list of all these blogs. You can find different types of investment ideas on how to get passive income. And it doesn't require a lot of money to get started. Like, you could buy a dividend yielding stock and it could cost, very little. Back when I started, I saw some stocks that were only like $2-3 a share. Now that's really low, but they're still around that stock and they're still paying dividends. So it really depends, but you can go out and do that. So you can start real small. I mean, $2 a share is really low, but there are a lot of stocks out there that you can buy for $20 a share, $30. So it's not as expensive as people think to start investing for passive income. It really isn't. So definitely have options out there. So just go ahead and get started. I have I'm trying to think of, for my Periscope people, I have but I'm not sure where I put it at the moment. But anyway, I have a battery pack, so I don't have to keep plugging you guys in the wall, but sorry. My Periscope people, my device is low on power. Anyway, so we're going to continue on. So anyway, invest for passive income. If you don't know how, definitely check out my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com, and learn more about that. It's not as hard as you might think. A lot of people think it's so hard because they've never done it. It really isn't difficult, all right? But let's talk about that. So investing for passive income. Let's say you started doing dividend yielding stocks, like I do a lot of that because it's really easy to get into. It's affordable. It's not hard. So let's say you started doing that. This is something that a lot of my members start doing. They open a brokerage account for the first time. They're ready to buy a dividend yielding stock, and instead of doing that, they start day trading. I don't know why it just happens. And I did it too, actually. The first time I opened a brokerage account, I started day trading. And then I learned about dividend yielding stocks, and I was like, oh, this is so much better than day trading, because day trading requires a lot of time. It's definitely not passive. You have to be like watching the market, buying, selling. And it was too much like gambling for me. If you're a day trader, it's cool, but for me, it was just like too much work, okay? But anyway, I finally started buying dividend yielding stocks, and it got a lot easier, much more passive income coming in. So if you do open a brokerage account, you start day trading, I understand, I feel you, but understand that that is not passive income, okay? All right, moving on. So you want to start investing for passive income, you have to practice. So cash flow is practice, increasing the money you bring in is practice, okay? Pay yourself first, you have to practice that. So you have to start saving money and you have to practice keeping it there, okay? Using it for investing. And the final thing is you start investing for passive income. And you have to start now so that you can get the practice, okay? You want to get good at it over time. So that's what's going on with that. So these are the steps you need to take. Number 1, decide to be free. Write down your goal. How much passive income do you need to make? And when do you need to make it by? Number 2, you need to have cash flow. So you need to be making money. All right. So get a way to make money. Get a job if you don't have a job. Do something of value for people. Mow lawns, clean houses, whatever you got to do. Number 3, pay yourself first. At least 10% of the money that you make, put it aside for you. Pay it first to yourself. Before you pay any bills, pay yourself first. And then number 4 is take that money you're paying yourself and invest it for passive income. Okay. The next step is you're going to have to, if you want to be financially free and you're really serious, another thing to do is to reduce expenses. Reduce your living expenses, okay? That will also help. Now, you don't have to do this step, but it will help. Because if you reduce your expenses, then the amount of money you need to be free goes down, right? Does that make sense? So that's another step. Reduce your expenses, and that will also help you become financially free faster, all right? Now, I did that. So, like I said, I paid off all my credit cards, lines of credit. So all those payments I was making, that $1,200 a month, went away. So that reduced my expenses a lot. $1,200 a month, some of you make $1,200 a month just working, right? I was paying that out in debt payments. And then when I finally paid that off, that reduced my expenses a lot. So reducing expenses is a really good one. Getting into debt can be very expensive. So I highly recommend getting out of debt. Just paying off all the debts. If you tend to spend more than you make, reduce your expenses so you're not spending so much, that kind of thing. All right? So let's go over the steps. Decide to be free. Get cash flow. Pay yourself first, at least 10% of everything you make. Invest in passive income generating assets and reduce your expenses. All right? And the final thing I'm going to write up here. Let me get my pen. Sorry, guys. The Periscope's got a funky angle because I plugged you in my wall. But number 6, get support and mentors. Get support and mentors. All right? That's the last step. So it's good to do all these things, these steps. But if you don't have someone on your side helping you, it can be really, really challenging. Like, you want someone there to root for you, like go, go, go. You want someone there to give you motivation. So one of the ways to do that, obviously, is to listen to broadcasts like mine. There's other people out there who do financial freedom talks and stuff. Get support, get in the community of people who are doing this, like who are actually walking their talk. Now, I actually have a lot of financially free friends. They're financially free for a lot of different reasons. A lot of them are financially free from real estate investing. And I know them. I talk to them. They're my friends. So I have a community of people around me who are actually doing what they say, and they actually have freedom. They really do have freedom. So, and now that I have more freedom, I see them more. So I actually see the people who are free more because we tend to go to the same events and we're just around. Okay. So, but anyway, you want to also connect yourself with people in your community, people that you know who are doing well financially, who you can become friends with, do things with, just be around people who are financially free, because that will give you something that is very important, and that's belief. All right, belief that you can do it. Because if you're around people who are free all day, you're going to start to realize that this is something that I can do myself because my friends are doing it, right? So if your friends right now are all at your job and they aren't going to work for the rest of their lives, you need to expand your friend circle. So just look for events about financial freedom is a good way to find people. Reading groups, a lot of people play that game, Cash Flow by Robert Kiyosaki. They actually have community groups. You can actually find community boards and learn about who is playing cash flow in your area, and you can meet people that way. But make sure you are with people who are actually creating passive income. They're actually becoming financially free. It really helps a lot. So like, even when I was like not doing well, I wasn't doing well monetarily. I was going to seminars and I was learning from people who were actually, you know, rich and wealthy, and that helped me a lot. You know, it really helped me change my mindset. And then I started to really believe in myself. I'm like, I can do this. I can pull myself out of this paycheck to paycheck poverty situation, and I can become free. So that's really important. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I do for people if you're interested, and that's Finance Freedom Mastermind. And this is what I do for my clients. This is if you need extra help or you want to work with me in particular. Okay, so I'm writing it down, and then I'm going to talk about Finance Freedom Training IP. Okay. So I know Periscope has not the greatest view because I plugged you in, but anyway, here we go. So I have a promotion right now. I started a new program, and it's called Finance Freedom Training Live. And what it is I had a bunch of clients go through 1 year with me, and I recorded all the sessions, and I created a course from those recordings. So there's one recording every week for an entire year. And what happens is when you join Finance Freedom Training Live, you get that video recording, which is a lesson I actually did with real people. Hi. I actually did with real people on how to become financially free. Okay, so this is every week, 40 minutes. I had a live group session with them. We recorded it, all right? Recorded everything, and we have it in a product for you. So what happens is you sign up and you get that 40-minute video training every week. So that's really awesome training. I actually put a whole group of people through it for a whole year, so you can see how it works out with real people. And these people are real people. One was a personal trainer, okay? One works at a golf course. The other one worked at a data firm, and the other one was a mom, single mom, internet marketer, and also she's a piano teacher. So that's the people who were on it. So they were real people. That's the lessons you would get every week. It would be sent to you by email, and you can watch it whenever you want. It's all digital, you know, so online. Very convenient. You can subscribe from anywhere. Now, on top of that, in addition to the weekly lesson, I found that from working with a lot of people over this past year and a half, that having a one-on-one coaching session really helps once a month. Because there's this thing we do once a month. We track your cash flow, we track your passive income, your net worth, and how your financial freedom account is doing. We track that monthly. And it helps to have a one-on-one coach track it with you, help you do that, and also help you with whatever your next step is, wherever it is you are in your development toward financial freedom. So we have a finance freedom coach. All finance freedom coaches make passive income, and they pay it to themselves monthly. Okay, these are people who actually do the work. All right, and it's kind of not the easiest thing for me to find coaches, because a lot of people are financially free, are doing their own thing, right? And they don't necessarily want to teach other people. But then again, I do find people who are financially free who do want to mentor somebody. Okay, so the nice thing is there are 3 coaches I have, and you get to pick your financial freedom coach as well. Okay, so that's a cool thing as well about the program. You get the weekly 40-minute video, and you get to pick a financial freedom coach. The first 10 who sign up get to pick their coach. Okay, now I don't know when you're watching the replay, but right now the spots are open, so the first 10 will get their coach. All right, and the link to go there is financefreedommastermind.com FFTLP, which stands for Finance Freedom Training Live Promo. So it's kind of long, but that's the link. So financefreedommastermind.com FFTLP. All right, so that's the link to get there. I haven't set it up yet in the profile, so if you click the profile link, probably tomorrow morning I will set it up so it goes to that page. But right now this promotional page is, you have to go there directly here, or you can click the link above, and if it has the original price, which is $197 is the normal price for this membership, after you sign up and tell me, you know, you want the promotion, I can change your pricing. But right now, it's actually only $97 a month. So it's an amazing, amazing price. And that's only guaranteed. I can only guarantee that for the first 10 people. And then after that, it may go back up to $197 a month, which is the regular price. Okay, so now that we got that done, I just want to also mention that another bonus that I'm giving to people who sign up for Finance Freedom Training Live is I am also we have an office hour every week. So 1 hour a week, you can access a Finance Freedom coach. Right now, the office hour with me is on Wednesday at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. East Hawaii time. So you can go on in that hour and you can ask me any question that you want. All right. So if you have any question about financial freedom, something that you've been thinking about, you want to know more, and you just want to talk to someone, those sessions are not recorded. So you can jump on anytime, get extra help. It is not recorded. So, and then if you're watching the 40-minute lesson and you need like help with it, you can ask me, any questions you have. So it's a really good program. I've had people ask me how to reduce bank fees, and I helped one girl do that, and she called the bank and her fees were cut in half, like right there on the office hour. I've had people ask me, what kind of passive income vehicle should I get? And we'll go over a bunch of options and they'll pick something. I'm not a financial advisor, okay? I'm not selling financial vehicles, all right? I just help people find things, and then they decide what they want to do. One woman wanted help calculating return on investment. She didn't know how to do that, so I helped her do that. Let's see. Some people ask me questions on how to increase their cash flow. So there's a lot of different things we do, and we're a very caring, loving group. We're there to support you no matter what you're going through. We're there to help you get to your goals, all right? So that's the nice thing about being in a Finance Freedom Mastermind is you have support, all right? So if you want to get support and you feel like you want to work with me or one of my coaches, then go to financefreedommastermind.com/FF, T as in Tom, L as in Larry, P as in promo. Okay, Finance Freedom Training Live promo, FFTLP. Okay, so that's the link, and I'll definitely try to see if I can put it in the profiles or wherever you're clicking. You'll get to that link anyway, but for now, I put the link there in case you don't find it. Only $97 a month is a great offer, and I don't know how long I'll have that offer out. Okay, last year I was promoting my beta mastermind, and I had that out until it was full, and then I ended that. Okay, so this promo offer is out. It's good for the first 10 people, but after that, I'm not sure I can keep it at that price. And I really want to test it out, make sure it's working well. So that's why I have a promotional price. And I have to cover costs of the program. So that's where the pricing comes in. Other bonus materials you'll get. I have created tools over the last years. Members have asked me to create different tools, like a spreadsheet to help them track their numbers, different things. I have created these tools for you to use, so you can definitely get access to all these tools as well. So there's a lot of great things to happen to get and take to help you become financially free as quickly as possible. But basically, these are the steps. They're really not as hard as you would think, all right? And I wish you guys the best of luck in your journey to financial freedom. So I'm not sure if my Periscope's still working. It kind of got all black and weird. But if you're still there, thanks for being on. I appreciate it. And I'm going to end the live today. Remember, if you want to know more about the live broadcasts I do, I have a blog. It's yesfinanciallyfree.com. On the right side of the blog, put in your first name, yesfinanciallyfree.com. On the right side of the blog, put in your first name and your email, and I will let you know whenever I do these live broadcasts. You will get a notification, all right? And then you can be on live as well. Thank you for being a fan of, thank you for being on Instagram Live. Appreciate you. Thank you, Facebook fans, Periscope, Instagram, and thank you if you're watching on YouTube or my blog. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Aloha, and see you next week. Bye. Bye, guys. Thanks for